Hi guys, welcome back to Hope's Instant Kitchen. I have a package here of 2 racks of pork spare ribs from Sam's Club. We are going to cut these open. We're going to need our trivet here, and this is a reversible trivet, and we're going to use it with this side down in the bottom of our foodi and let the ribs sit on top of here. So let's get these opened up and get started. Alright, so I have opened up my spare ribs here, and the first thing that we want to do is kind of separate some of this membrane from the back of our ribs before we season or do anything else with the rib meat. Alright, so I am making ribs in my foodi for the first time. But come to find out, my foodi cannot hold 2 racks of ribs like my Instant Pot can. With the Instant Pot, it's taller than the foodi, so you can actually turn your ribs into like a coil shape and set them on your trivet. But with the Ninja Foodi, the ribs will not fit standing up either on the trivet or without the trivet, just standing in the liquid, because the ribs are too tall for the Ninja Foodi inner pot. So what I've done, I went ahead and cut up the 2 racks of ribs anyway, because I was going to try to get them all into the foodi cut up, but that's not going to work either. So Instant Pot to the rescue. I've got the 6-quart pot here. I've poured a can of Michelob beer in the bottom. I'm going to add some liquid smoke. You've got to have liquid smoke if you're doing ribs. And then I'm going to place my trivet inside. Not to worry though, because I do have the air fryer lid for my Instant Pot, so we will still be able to crisp them up at the end. So it's kind of like a versus battle. Ninja Foodi ribs versus Instant Pot ribs. That's what this has turned into tonight when I was trying to make my dinner. So we'll do this and see how they come out. I will say in the foodi, I poured a can of Coke in the bottom with some liquid smoke, so it's going to be 2 different flavors here as well. But both racks of ribs were seasoned with the exact same seasoning. I just used some brown sugar, a little bit of chili powder, garlic powder, some ground ginger, seasoned salt, and a little bit of this Weber sweet and tangy seasoning on both sides of my ribs. So I'm going to pour in my liquid smoke in here to this beer and get these going. Cooking them on high pressure for 25 minutes. Then we're going to be doing a quick release, and then I will be crisping the ones in the foodi, and then I'll be getting out the air fryer lid to crisp up the ones done in the Instant Pot. All right, and the Instant Pot closed just fine with no problem. Hit the manual button, plus button, to take the time up to 25 minutes, and then that's it. Make sure that your lever here is on sealing and not venting. Very important. Right now it looks like our foodi is coming to pressure. It's still heating up here. We can see that the red pin has popped up already. Make sure it's on sealing again, as I said, for the Instant Pot. It's the same thing in this case. Alright, and we just reached pressure. Timer's counting down from 25. So we will see you back when the time is up. So as you can see, the Instant Pot is coming to pressure. It's almost there. Our Ninja Foodi has 8 minutes and 30 seconds and counting. Alright, so the question now is, which flavor of barbecue sauce should I use for my ribs? I have mesquite smoke and I have hickory smoke flavor here. I'm leaning more toward the mesquite smoke sauce. Leave a comment below letting me know what flavor of barbecue sauce is your favorite to use on your ribs. Alright, and the Instant Pot has reached pressure. So we have 25 minutes set on the time. And the foodi is down to 5:25 and counting. Guys, we're down to 5 seconds. We're counting down. We are done. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn the machine off because it starts counting up. and keeping warm if you don't turn it off. So what we're going to do now is just go ahead, press this valve here from sealing to venting and release the pressure. The ribs that are in the foodi, we're done using Coca-Cola and liquid smoke for our cooking liquid. I decided to go with the mesquite barbecue sauce here, so I have my sauce ready, as well as the little barbecue sauce basting brush. So once the pressure has been released from the foodi, we will go ahead and sauce up the ribs, and we will crisp up the outside of the ribs using the Tender Crisp lid. Alright, so our little pressure pin has dropped, and we can go ahead and remove the lid from our foodi. And there we have some ribs. I'm going to go ahead and take some tongs and remove these ribs off at the top here so that I can sauce the ones down on the bottom, and then I will return them to the pot and we will put the air crisper lid down. Alright, so these ribs are sauced up, and now we're going to close our crisping lid down. We will press the power button again because we turned the foodi off after the ribs were done. And I'm going to hit the air crisp button. I'm on 390. I'm going to go down to, let's do 375. And let's go for, let's try 10 minutes. We can always take a peek and see what they're looking like. Hit the start button and you're off. All right, we'll check back on these in a few minutes and see how they're looking. We'll check them about halfway through cooking time. We have 11 minutes left on our Instant Pot. I'm going to go ahead and get my air fryer lid out and get it ready to go. Guys, we're almost at the halfway mark of our cooking time. We are at the 5-minute mark now, and we set these to air crisp for 10 minutes. They're looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and let them finish up this last 5 minutes. And what I may do is go ahead and turn the temperature up on these for these last 5 minutes. So the temperature was at 375. I'm going to go up and let them go on to 400 and hit start. So we'll blast them at 400 for these last 5 minutes. Alright, so the Ninja Foodi finished up. It's 10 minutes of air crisping time on these ribs. And let's take a look. These look really good. And now that's the sound of our Instant Pot. So let's go release the pressure on the ribs that have cooked in our Instant Pot. Alright, the Instant Pot is done, so I'm going to hit the Keep Warm Cancel button to turn it off. And I'm going to go ahead and release the steam from my Instant Pot. And I have my air fryer lid here ready to be plugged in. We're going to do the same temperature and time that we did the ribs in the foodi in our Instant Pot. Alright, so our pressure pin has dropped on our Instant Pot. We're going to go ahead and remove the lid. And it's very steamy. Make sure that if you're doing this in the Instant Pot, you've unplugged your Instant Pot, because we have to plug up our air fryer lid, which has this little block on the back of it so that you can only plug in the air fryer lid in your outlet. So I'm going to go ahead and sauce these up with the barbecue sauce, and then we're going to air fry these with the air fry lid on 375 for 5 minutes and 400 for the last 5 minutes. Alright, so our air fryer lid is on the Instant Pot. It fit on fine with no problem. Even though we had that piece of rib that was sticking up in the front, it still did its little jingle when we put it on the top of the pot, so we know that it is seated on here correctly. I'm going to hit the air fry button, and I'm going to go up to 375, and I'm going to set the time for 10 minutes. And we're going to hit the start button. See you back here after our 10 minutes is up. All right, so this is a piece of rib that I took out of the Ninja Foodi. Looks delicious. We still have 8 minutes on the air fryer lid on our Instant Pot. And once it hits that 5-minute mark, I'm turning the temperature up to 400. I think that the lid did a pretty good job crisping up the outside of these ribs. They look really good. And over here at our Instant Pot, we have 21 seconds and counting, but we can take a peek. Look at that. I would say those are probably done. I'm gonna go ahead and press the cancel button. So it is cooling, which is one thing that the Foodi does not have to do, is cool down. When it's done, it'll just say done and turn it off. So this does take a little while to cool down, but if you look at that char on those got pretty dark. They look delicious. So after you lift the lid, it says off. And then what you want to do is unplug it and set it on the hot pad that came with it. You do not want to set that on your countertop. So let's remove our lid. Set that there. All right, guys, they look beautiful. So I'm going to pull a piece out on the cutting board just like I did with the ones from the Foodi and show you what it's looking like. So I'll just take this piece here. All right, so in the battle between the Instant Pot 6-quart Luxe model and our 6.5-quart Ninja Foodi, I have to give the award to the Instant Pot because the ribs actually fit in here with the trivet in the bottom because it is taller. So I really didn't have to cut the ribs up, but I was trying to fit them all in the Foodi. So size matters when cooking. I didn't have a struggle really putting those in the Instant Pot, and look at the char. I think that the air fryer lid did a better job. But I'll let you be the judge. Leave a comment below for which one you're voting for, the Ninja Foodi or the Instant Pot. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Feel free to leave a comment below. And if you're not subscribed or you know someone who's not subscribed, let's get them all subscribing. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.